Hi, and welcome to College Planning Untangled, where we help families simplify the college planning process. I'm here with Bobby Hood, my partner in crime, the ACT SAT coach extraordinaire. So, Bobby, how are you doing today?
Just great. I just really like talking about, college and success in college. I mean, I've got all my seniors have just graduated and they're going to be heading off to, college this fall. And so it's a great thing to be talking about.
Yeah, this is an important topic because parents feel like, okay, we've finally hit it. We've graduated. We don't have
Mhm.
anything else we have to do this summer besides pick out dorm room furniture, right?
Right.
And unfortunately, moms and dads, I can tell you as a parent that have sent two through college, your job's not done.
Yeah.
Is it ever, right? Um,
Right.
but what we're talking about in this series is the things that you can do in college that are actually going to help you be successful in life.
Hmm.
And so Gallup, the world-renowned research firm, got together with Purdue University, and they did this several years ago. But it's really interesting that there are six basic topics that if you do these, it really does, help you be more successful in life. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just, asked a bunch of people who were successful, like, what things stood out from college. And a bunch of them said things that, and like some did more of these things. It's not that everybody did these six things, it's that these are six things that were brought up a whole lot by successful people as things they had done during college that really changed things for them. And so, yeah, I think it's really great to just suggest this stuff to your new entering college student or a student who's going back for second or third year of college. Mention these things to them.
Yeah, and to your point, there are several of these. You don't have to do all of them. If you can,
Mhm.
great. It's just going to help you. And it's really about getting prepared for, to me, a career life
Yeah,
and also
absolutely.
being part of your community. So today, part four is talking about the fact, and really four through six
Mhm.
are really talking about more of the career side of it.
Mhm.
And the first one is I worked on a project that took a semester or more to complete.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything that would be better preparation for business and a career than spending a semester or more, working on one thing. You know, t- it's so easy for everything to be, a 1 day or 2 day or, project or, the most people do is, you write a paper that takes a week or two or, something like that.
My printer decided to talk
Oh,
to me in the middle of
that's
that.
funny.
So yeah, and it really is, Bobby, about as I say, I always talk to my clients about, I'm like, there's this as seen on TV version of what you think roles and jobs and projects are going to be like. But to really get your hands dirty and to
Mhm.
really, dive in, not only are you seeing the grunt work side of it, but you're also seeing the big decisions that have to be made. And I think that's really the point of this is taking a project, a long-term project, and really getting your hands dirty.
Absolutely. And it could be a project you work on your own. It could be there are courses where you do a project for a year. There are courses where you do work study where you go off and work at a job. And maybe that would the work like, a thing that takes more than a semester to complete. Right. But it also could be something you do with volunteer work or something you do in an extracurricular, right? A thing you work on all year, things like that. I think serving as an officer in an organization, might have a project that takes you a year to put together and complete, right?
Yeah, I
So,
love that
yeah.
thought. You brought up before the show that, being in a fraternity or sorority and being in charge of something or
Mhm.
being in charge of a club, being an officer within that club is huge.
Mhm.
Um, as well as, I think you said these, but I'm just going to repeat them. Having a job,
Mhm. Right.
right? Also, maybe even having a class that has a semester long
Mhm.
project, is good to look for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I had one course in college that lasted 3 semesters, which is really neat.
What kind of
It
class was
wasn't.
that?
It was a very strange course. It had 4 professors, and they started at the beginning of history, and they would teach art, religion, philosophy, architecture, and history all for the same period at the same time. So you would learn how Greek history and Greek art and Greek architecture all related together
Oh, that's
from an
really
art professor.
cool.
It was absolutely the most amazing thing that I did in college. And it was really, really neat. And so there were like continuing things we did, for a year and a half. And that was kind of interesting, but it wasn't exactly a project, but it was the most memorable and meaningful thing, of all my classes in college. And that's the thing. I mean, these things could be a thing that you just work on for a year and a half, or it could be, working with a group. And so you're learning skills of working with other people, right? Or if you're doing something that's just on your own, you're learning how to, set deadlines and make yourself keep working on something week after week, right? So much
Yeah,
of college is just like, oh, procrastinate and then do it all in one day, right? But learning how to, like that's what we have to do in real life, in careers is
it
you
is,
have
Bobby.
you have
Yeah.
to break
It
things down and make lists and work on a little bit each week. And
And of
you
course,
don't
I've got to turn this to the Clifton Strengths side of this as well.
yes.
I think it's important that when you're partaking in this type of activity, that you're really finding those times that you enjoy it and you're getting sucked in and you're in the zone. And
Mhm.
those times that you're like, ooh, this isn't fun. It's hard for me. Because those are big indicators of the types of careers
Mhm.
and the types of activities within your career that you're truly going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And of course, you can always take the Clifton Strengths assessment, which will highlight those things for you. So you don't have to search for them. It actually tells you what they are, so that it's a little bit easier to really kind of grasp and to watch for. But I think that's huge.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the thing is, it's so easy to just go to college and say, "Oh, I'm just going to go see what happens and just, let things happen," right? But you do need to be trying to figure out what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And I can't think of anything more valuable than a student working with you, taking the Clifton Strengths Assessment, figuring out what their strengths are, and then looking in college for these 6 things, like get involved in things, get in projects, find a mentor, all of these things, right? Uh, that's going to help you figure out what career you might be happy in, what kinds of jobs you'd like to do, right? Because if you work on something for, more than a semester on one thing, you're going to find out whether you hate it or you like it.
Right? And let's figure that out now and not
Right.
wait until we have to go hunt for a job, get in the job, go sit in there for 6 months, figure out you hate it, and then go, now what? Yeah. So this is a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Um,
So yeah, this summer, just sit down with your, high school senior you just graduated, sit down with your entering college student or your returning college student and just bring up these 6 things. This is something that can be a 5-minute conversation, but just get it in their head. Hey, go look for these things. Go start working on that when you're in college.
Yeah, so our part 4 is I'm going to repeat what this project is. It's I worked on a project that took a semester or more to complete.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Bobby, and I'll see you
Great.
next week, and we'll go into part 5.
Absolutely. See you then.